icecream, a C++ logging tool that you should start using today. Most programmers still use Printf or Cout to debug their code. While printing to console is not a bad practice, using Cout and Printf definitely is. Today we will look at icecream, a header-only library which does all the heavy lifting for you. Hi, my name is Zen and welcome to my channel. So what we're going to do today is to have a look at debug functionality and at how programmers usually debug their code. So we're going to look at this example for today, and we're going to pretend that we want to debug my function. And usually what I see loads and loads of programmers doing, because somehow it's for them easy to do, to find out about their code. They want to introduce stuff and they start like doing something like introducing Couts all over the place. So you will see something like this. They will include IOStream and then just Cout whatever they want to be or whatever value they want to see. So for instance, they do something like been here exclamation mark. Or they want to do something like, I want to know the value of my parameter, right? So I copy the parameter, I say parameter here, and then I pipe the parameter into my output stream. While in theory I think it is okay and I see loads of people doing it, this is such a repetitive task that there are easier methods to do that. That's why we're gonna have a look at icecream today, which is a header-only library which does all the heavy lifting for you. So this is on GitHub and you will later find also the link in the descriptions below. The only thing that we need here is this icecream.hpp file, which includes all the stuff that you really need. To get now icecream on our PC, what we need to do is that we need to clone this repository. So we will check out this link here, copy it to our clipboard, and then go to the directory where we want to clone this. Use git clone, paste the link and clone it. And then we can just go there into this freshly cloned repository and have a look what's inside. And here we already see this icecream HPP file, which we need. So the thing that we want to do now is to move this into our own space. So we need to copy it. So we type in move icecream, and I think it's here in tools and then icecream, and I think we don't want to move it, we want to copy it. And here you see now I have this icecream.hpp, and now we're gonna do the same stuff using icecream. So basically what we're gonna do here now is include icecream.hpp, and the first line here is now really short. It's just IC, then the curly brackets and the semicolon, and you're done. And the second line is also quite easy. Icecream, curly brackets, parameter, and you're done. Then we will go to our console, compile this program and run it and see what happens. So we also, we can just press go there and then make our program. Because I don't have this compiler, I need to use a different compiler. Then it compiles the program. The compilation may take now a little bit longer than usually, because these header-only libraries usually take a little bit longer time to compile. But given the functionality and the ease of use, I think it's well worth the wait. And now we can just run our program and see at the output the first line. So this line here will give us the output main.cpp line 5, in float my function float. This is really useful because it has all the information you need to debug your program, to see whether your program passes a certain path, to see also in which function you are and how it was been called. And the second one here, the parameter, it gives you the name of the variable you want to debug, and it gives you the current value that's inside. So I think this is a really cool tool, and I think you should start using it today in your programs by including the header. However, copying this header to all of your files and all of your projects usually is not the right way to go. So I will do this if I have like a rogue project and I just want to get things done. I will do it like this, but today we will also cover the right way to install this on your system for all of your code that you ever want to use. So the guys on this website of the GitHub, they usually have a quite good installation guide, which we want to follow, but be aware that probably some things are missing there. With all good GitHub guides, I guess that's always the thing. So we're gonna go back to the directory of icecream. You can easily do this by cd minus, which will just append the last path that you came from, which in this case is already the right path. What we need to do here is now to create a build directory for this. So we just type in mkdir build and then swap to this build directory. Then we're gonna use CMake to install this because I currently don't have CMake on this machine. I need to use the package manager to install it. In this case, it's sudo apt-get install CMake, and I need to type in my password and I'm ready to go. It asks me whether I really want to do that, and I really want to do that. So yeah, let's wait a short while until CMake is installed. So CMake itself is a build tool. I think it's quite common in most of the open source libraries that you're gonna find, and having CMake on your machine definitely is an improvement that you should always do. So what the guys now on the website say that you need to do is you need to type in CMake ... which is basically the command to create this project. And now we're getting an error. So while this library itself doesn't have any dependencies, the CMake lists file that they are using is having dependencies. So I guess what they tell on the website probably, well, it's a lie, they do have dependencies, and so is any GitHub page. They always don't tell you the important stuff. So what we need to do in this case, they are missing some boost libraries, and we're gonna install them. So we're gonna go sudo apt-get install, and what you need to have there is libboost all def. So I'm not sure which exactly of the boost libraries you need, but all def just gets you everything and definitely has you covered. So it's quite a few libraries. You see it here, and it always asks you to confirm this one again. So you can install this, and because it's a bunch load of libraries, it might take a while to install it, and on your system, depending on the number of cores that you have and obviously also on your internet connection, it might take a while until this is done. So probably in the meantime, a few words about Boost. Using now the package manager, so apt-get to install Boost, while it will do the job, usually the package that you get now from the package manager is a little bit outdated. So if you really plan on working with some of the libraries of Boost, I would recommend on building them from scratch, but probably this is a story for a different tutorial. So apparently it has finished. So now we can try again using CMake, CMake ... Now it says that it found the suitable Boost version to do whatever it needs to be done. We have created CMake, and it obviously ran through without any errors. So what we need to do now is cmake ---- install and dot. We want to install now the files on our system. And now it says it's missing permissions. I did this on purpose because I also want you to show a cool trick, which is basically sudo, and then you can use 2 exclamation marks. I love this one, I absolutely do, because these 2 exclamation marks, they mean that the console or the terminal needs to repeat the last command that you typed in. So in this case, cmake ---- install. And for me, I'm always forgetting about sudo, and it's just like then the terminal complains that it cannot do the stuff, and then it feels for me like screaming to the terminal and saying sudo, and then it just does whatever it needs to do. So just these 2 exclamation marks, they are really, really useful if you want to be fast. And programmers obviously always want to be fast, so start using that one, it's really cool. And now we have installed it on our system, and you see exactly which files have been installed. So obviously there are some cmake dependencies. So if you have any cmake projects, you can probably start using the official package inside, or you can just use this header only library. And this is what we're going to do now. So in order to make you believe me, I'm going to delete this file here. So this file here does no longer exist. So let's switch back to wherever we came from. I think in this case it's here, Sensepio, tools, and then icecream. And now it shouldn't find this header anymore because I have just deleted it. So if I go, probably save this once again. If I go make main, cxx is clang ++, then probably it complains, or it already finds the system header depending on the settings. So in this case, it already finds the system header. I would like to use those squared brackets for that, because usually using system headers, you should use these to distinguish between local and system headers. But anyways, it already finds it, so the path is set correctly. And for any project that I'm doing in the future, I can now just type in directly include icecream.hpp, and I'm ready to go. I think it's a really cool tool, and for debugging purposes, if you want to be fast and spare all the typing work, it's definitely worth to have a look at. That's all for today, and turn on your machine, get started. Tell me what you want to hear about next, and as always, enjoy coding.